Chapter 1049, 9 Tiger River Translator, Muobo Studio Editor, Muobo Studio, I'm willing to hand it to our race, Luo Fung said respectfully. Primal Chaos City leader nodded. Okay. Then go to Primal Chaos City now, as it's the place to donate valuables to our race. Your valuable will be assessed by the virtual universe system, and it'll give you the contribution points that match its value. Virtual universe system? Luo Fung was dazed. The virtual universe system is what determines the valuable, and it's the best, Primal Chaos City leader said. Besides, using the virtual universe is the fairest method because it's an artificial intelligence system without any personal bias or interests. All the great beings will be convinced. Luo Fung nodded. I understand. I'll go to Primal Chaos City right now. Go. That same day, Luo Fung arrived at the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company and started his trip to Primal Chaos City by a spaceship. Inside the spaceship. It's so uncomfortable, the passengers in the spaceship whispered. The flow of time is in chaos. It's sickening. Luo Fung was sitting in a single room, and he laughed after hearing those complaints. He also felt sick when he went to Primal Chaos City for the first time. After all, the original universe was different from the primal universe, and the flow of time was in disorder in the universe portal connecting the two. Many talents who went with him fainted on the ground. It's been 100,000 years, Luo Fung exclaimed. He was still a child when he went to Primal Chaos City leader the first time, and he couldn't even pass the first level of the Heavenly Bridge, and the most valued talent was Bo Lan. Now, after adventuring in the Blood River World and Demon Note Mountain, after being the special envoy of the Ganwu section of the virtual universe, after thousands of years of training in the out-domain battlefield and ice hell, after the meditation in the ancestral god school, after venturing through 9 remoteness space, and after 50,000 years of vagabonding in the universe, he finally became undying. After 100,000 years, he no longer considered Shi Huo Knight his competitor. Even if it was a universe overlord. He battled with Qi Blood Palace leader, Bei Feng Knight, and Tian Yang Knight. It's been 100,000 years, there should have been many battles between talents. There are 2 battles every 10,000 years, Luo Fung thought. I haven't paid much attention. Mr. Luo Fung, we've arrived at Primal Chaos City, the captain of the spaceship said with veneration. Okay, said Luo Fung. His mind came back to reality. He glanced at the respectful captain, nodded, and walked out. Luo Fung walked across the hallway with the Undying Emperor Captain, with Undying and Sector Lord crew members standing by his side. He stepped out of the spaceship before the other passengers got out. They all whispered, "Who is he? Even the captain is so respectful of him. Perhaps a universe knight. Incredible." See, even the receptionist of the Primal Chaos City leader saluted him. Among the passengers discussing these matters in low voices, some of them were slaves of Primal Chaos City leader, and some of them were universe-level fighters, domain lords, and sector lords. Over half of them had come to Primal Chaos City in the first place, and to them, universe knights were already the supreme beings in the universe. Luo Fung arrived at the city leader palace. Mr. Luo Fung. Mr. Luo Fung. Many guards and servants recognized Luo Fung. They all knew that Luo Fung had killed Bark Mirror Emperor and that his palace was on the mountainside of Thunder Island. And he was qualified to attend the Supreme Council meeting. They all showed him great respect. Luo Fung had studied the procedures of donating valuables before coming. The location was at a side palace, and he needed to file an application for donating valuables. The side palace was closed generally, and it would open automatically after the application and the applicant arriving. There, Luo Fung walked to the side palace. Hong long. The door slowly opened. Luo Fung stepped inside. Hong long. The door closed. This is the place where I donate the valuable. Luo Fung looked around the side palace. There was only a stone plate with a diameter of around 300 feet. At the center, Luo Fung needed to put the valuable on the stone plate so the virtual universe could carefully assess the valuable. Luo Fung took out the godly blade. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, muttered Luo Fung. I only have one godly blade of Blade River Luo, which is almost useless to me. Aside from the blades, there's a compass, and it's almost impossible to attain. As for the idea of fighting against the Thornring Alliance, I'm not powerful enough to do that yet. Luo Fung stepped forward and erased his life imprint on the godly blade. He put the blade on the stone plate. Weng. Cyan threads burst out of the stone plate and surrounded the godly blade. Suddenly, Luo Fung heard a voice. Godly blade of Blade River Luo, spoke the voice, mild and gentle. It is worth 12 true treasure points. Are you willing to give it to our race? Luo Fung. Luo Fung smiled. Of course. Ka. The stone plate cracked, splitting into two halves. The godly blade fell through the crack, and the stone plate quickly closed back up. Again, this is the catalogue of valuables of the human race, the voice continued. Suddenly, a giant, grey catalogue showed up in the sky. It featured 4 types of valuables: true treasures, materials, and special resources. Luo Fung looked up at it, considering his options. Special resources, Luo Fung said. Hua. The menu changed, and a plethora of names of resources appeared. Luo Fung was thrilled by this simple inventory, as it might list the core resources of the human race. Of course, Luo Fung was not even qualified to see many of them. For instance, true treasures were divided into ordinary true treasures, senior true treasures, top-tier true treasures, pinnacle true treasures, and supreme true treasures. Luo Fung could only see ordinary true treasures and senior true treasures. The others, Luo Fung was not qualified to view. Regardless, Luo Fung doubted there were any supreme true treasures in the human race even available for exchange. As for materials, there were lots of ingredients for making weapons and potions. There were all kinds of special resources, a category comprised of anything that didn't qualify within the other categories, even Undying Bug Clan, Queen, and other special life forms for soul transfer. The prices varied based on each item's rarity and level of importance. Luo Fung spent 3 hours reading the entire catalogue. I have my boundless remote ocean to supply godly power, so I don't need the materials or resources. Thought Luo Fung. And I don't make weapons and potions. Luo Fung shook his head. I'll just get another true treasure. There were 2 levels of contribution points. The race could bestow treasure points, or true treasure points. The average ordinary treasure was worth half a treasure point or 1.5 true treasure points. As for some special treasures, sets of treasures or even domain-type treasures, flying palace-type treasures, and soul-type treasures could rival ordinary true treasures, they were much more valuable. An ordinary true treasure was worth about 1 true treasure point. Generally, 1 true treasure point was worth 3,000 to 4,000 treasure points, and the exchange rate fluctuated within that range. As for now, 1 true treasure point was worth 3,200 treasure points. True treasures and senior true treasures. Luo Fung. Read the prices of the valuables. The prices of senior true treasure blades ranged from 8 true treasures points to 30 true treasure points. The prices of senior true treasure armor ranged from 12 true treasure points to 60 true treasure points. As for senior domain type true treasure, Luo Fung could only see the cheapest one, which was worth 180 true treasure points. Luo Fung didn't even bother reading the others. Among the senior true treasures, close combat weapons were the cheapest, and true treasures for survival were relatively more expensive. Flying palace type, soul type, and domain type treasures were the priciest ones. I'll check the ordinary true treasures, Luo Fung said, shaking his head. I have star map, Shi Wu Wing, and force armor. I don't need those senior close combat weapons, spiritual force weapons, and armor. He started to read about the ordinary true treasures. They were cheaper, as expected. On average, they were 1/10 of the price of senior true treasures, and the quantity was much higher. He suspected they had been donated by universe masters who didn't need them anymore. So cheap. They're so cheap, Luo Fung kept exclaiming. However, he was dazed when he noticed the flying palace type, soul type, and domain type treasures up for exchange. The prices of ordinary flying palace type true treasures ranged from 18 to 80 true treasures points. The prices of ordinary soul type true treasures ranged from 36 to 120 treasures points. The prices of ordinary domain type true treasures ranged from 16 to 80 true treasure points. These ones, on the other hand, are expensive, Luo Fung muttered, realizing he couldn't purchase any of them with his measly 12 true treasure points. The cheapest ordinary domain type true treasure is worth 16 true treasure points, and there are 13 of them at this price. Luo Fung read them carefully and quickly had his eyes on a domain type true treasure named 9 Tiger River.